Welcome to the Yoga Celebrity Podcast. My name's Angelica Govard, and I'm the host of the Yoga Celebrity Podcast. I am known on social media as Yoga Celebrity on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I don't do as much TikTok as I used to, but I just still say that. Anyhow, I like to post content that helps yoga teachers build their income because, frankly, if you can't get paid doing what you love, you will spend a lifetime doing what you hate, wishing that you were doing what you love. So if you want to create your own online yoga business, definitely go into the description below and click the link to book a time to connect with me or somebody on my team about what it is that we do and whether or not that is a good fit for what it is that you want to do to go online. If it is, we'll get you signed up, get you started. And if it's not, well, at least you know. All right. Today, I am joined by Alicia. She is incredible. She's from the Yoga Stables. She created an incredible, amazing course called Cowgirl Calm. She has been a relentless and amazing driving force for her advocating for her own self throughout the entire experience with her. She has been one of, hands down, if not my most driven client ever, definitely in the top 5. She has worked so hard. She launched early in her offer, and she's created something so wonderful for the world. And I'm really excited to have her on the podcast today. So, Alicia, welcome to the podcast.
What a lovely introduction. Thank you so much, Angelica. I'm so happy to be here to talk with you today. And yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Well, let's just get right started. What was it that made you want to start practicing yoga?
Yeah, I rode horses all of my life and I also ran a lot. So I was a runner, I was horseback rider, and like everything with those sports are compounding. So it's like your joints are constantly being pounded on. And so my chiropractor one day, like I have major back issues, right? And so she said, "You need to do yoga." And I had done a couple classes in college and thought it was really nice and liked it. And I was like, well, okay. So I bought a Groupon when I lived in San Diego back in like 2013 or 14 or something like that. So, anyways, I got this Groupon and then I was like, okay, I'm committing to 30 days. And it was a Bikram yoga. So it's so freaking hot and they want to kill you in there. So like I hated the first 3 sessions, like hated it, just sweating. And it's so hot. And I'm watching these people do the poses and I'm like, I hate all of you. I hate this. Yeah, so bad. So anyways, then by the end of the week, I decided not to go one day and my body was craving it. Like it wanted it so badly. It was just the craziest thing, crazy transformation. But after like the 30-ish days or so, like I could feel like a really big drain from sweating so much. Um, and so I stopped doing Bikram, but I started going to a ton of different yoga studios all over San Diego because it's like literally like the hub for yoga. Like I just got lucky being there and then having yoga. And so I made tons of friends. I practiced every kind of yoga. I have friends that do every kind of yoga. And so I just that changed. I stopped running. And at that point in my time, at that point in time in my life, I had some different goals. So, like, I wasn't riding horses. So, like, everything just kind of got channeled into um, yoga as like my primary source of uh, mental health, exercise, daily living. It just infiltrated every single part of my life. How I interacted with people, how I interacted with my dogs. Like I've never not had dogs. So like I always have dogs in my life, but like everything, like I launched like cigarette butt cleanup organization and it was called Mutts Against Butts. And we walked our dog and picked up cigarette butts. And like, then we ate tacos and all these people around town gave us gifts in San Diego. And I just handed out gifts to like dogs and people. And like, that's what yoga created in my life is this like platform for me to like launch all these like various platforms of helping the ocean. And so, anyways, I have continued to take that practice. And like once I kind of learned the foundational stuff after years of practicing, I could take it on my own. Like I could bring my mat somewhere. I can roll it out, whether it's like, beachfront and whales are passing by while I'm doing research. Just roll my mat out and do, some sun salutations, or, it could be anywhere in the world. Like I've, been in South Australia with my mat. I've been in Halifax, Canada with my mat. Like I've just like, it goes everywhere with me. I roll it out and I do this self practice. And that's really been a sustaining factor of like my life. And now how, and just what I want to bring to the next phase of my life, which definitely includes horses again, which is like a big part of my life that never really left. And like, it's just totally expanded and bloomed into this like really beautiful thing. And maybe this is a question for a later time and maybe you want me to stop, but maybe I should say it before I forget too, is, one of the things, like when you are a little girl, and you just love horses so much, and like every day, like you get home from school and you go to the barn and you ride your horse, and like everything about your whole day when you're a little girl is like, even in like high school. So I'm talking about like young teenager girls too. Like everything about your day is like, when do I get to go to the barn? When do I get to ride my horse? How long can I stay there? When are my parents going to make me leave? And then people are talking about jobs. Like, what are you going to do when you grow up? And all you're thinking about is like, I want horses to be my income. Like, I don't know what I want to do in life, but I just know I want to make a business around horses. And that for me has never, ever, ever left. And so what I get to do now is like, it took me many years to like compile this. And like, I'm so glad for the maturity and the opportunities for me to mold what I've built now, which we can talk about later. But the core foundation of this has never changed from the time I was a little girl to like where I am now.
I couldn't find I was like, where did my cursor go to undo my microphone? I had it muted. Um, so, that's really amazing. I was like, when you were talking about, I just want to go be with my horse and like, I want to ride my horse, it's so interesting, like how we all have like certain things that we're really, really driven to. But horse people, there's so many of you in my courses. I have so many. It's the horse people. I don't know what it is with you all. Like, there's just so many of you loving your horses. But it's rare to see someone have a passion that they've had for their whole life, and it just has permeated through their experience the entire time they've been living. And I think like horses do that for people. The horse people love their horses. My aunt is a horse person. She's really into her horses. Um, but let's talk a little bit about, like why. So first of all, the hot yoga will get you like that, because I still miss my hot yoga class in Las Vegas. I don't even teach hot yoga. I'm not a huge fan, but there's this one hot class that I went to in Vegas, and we moved out of Vegas and I miss it. We don't have a yoga studio here. I've been thinking about opening my own hot yoga studio just so I can go to hot yoga again. But that's so ridiculous. But what was it that made you really like, you're like, I could help other people if I became a yoga teacher? What was it that made you want to do that?
Yeah, I think for me, when I think about helping other people with yoga, I don't know, I was talking with a friend actually about this not too many weeks ago. And there's something like, I think people, when they find religion, like for the first time, they like go crazy. Like they are all in, right? Like I found this thing and it is like the magic mushroom. And like they're all in and everybody needs to follow exactly what they're doing, right? Because this stuff is like magic, it's medicine or whatever. And so, kind of like when I started doing yoga, I sort of had this like thing where I hope other people that are listening to this can kind of remember back to when they found yoga too. But it's like, not that you're better than everybody else, but that you found something so good that it is so hard not to share it, right? Like, why isn't everybody doing this? Like, why isn't everybody healing themselves like this? Like, why? Like, it's almost should be against the law to not teach this in school, right? Like, you just get so like into your like really like hyper focus, like, this stuff is so good. And like, I feel like, people find God or people find something like this and like it kind of gets like that. And so, um, I think at first when I was like becoming a yogi and understanding yoga, I was really like that. And then I had a lot of doubts about like, could I ever teach somebody this? Even though like somewhere in my core was like, you need to become a yoga teacher. And I would then look at my mentors and all of my amazing friends who were teaching and that I loved to go to their classes. And they knew so much and they were just like so secure in their yoga teaching and just like how calm and like how they presented themselves. And I just never imagined myself being that person. I'm like, oh, that's not me. I, I just need to push teacher training out. Like, no, 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 no. And then one day, one of my friends was talking about the teacher training coming up, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, that's great. Like, are you actually going to, like, you have a job. It's amazing. And you seem to love it. Like, and you make tons of money. Like, why are you doing this? And she's like, oh, I just want to know about yoga more. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh. And that mind shift for me helped me figure out like, even if I do yoga teacher training, like I actually don't have to be a teacher. Like I get to know yoga at a deeper level. I get to know what all of my teachers know without having to be committed to teaching. And I think that's sort of where it started for me. And then I don't know, just like once we got up here into Washington and we were more settled, I found a program that I liked. It was COVID and I thought, well, I'll just do an online program while I'm doing this job. And then we got horses and just like everything has sort of become like really like, I mean, it's just this like huge garden of like growth all around me with like all of these ideas and just opportunities to grow this. And so, um, the people that I teach, the horsewomen that I teach in person have really been instrumental in like going online. And so I mean, there's a lot of women in our community that come to my classes, but the horsewomen specifically are the people that I'm really in tune to help because I understand how it feels, right? Like your body hurts from being compounded all the time. Like your joints need those poses, and especially like your horse wants you to breathe. Like he really wants you to breathe. Like so all of these things kind of come into play. And so once you start sort of figuring that out, that was like some of my like light bulb moments of like, hey, how this is how it's going to be. But I mean, I actually had no idea how it was going to be until I met you.
Tell us a little bit about the relationship that you have with the horse. Like, I grew up with horses. I wouldn't say I was like a prolific rider of horses, though. I've always been kind of like low key, a little bit afraid of them, which is weird because I'm a Sagittarius and we're supposed to like be the centaur or whatever, or like half horse, half human. Um, but what is it what is it like to have a relationship with a horse? What is that? Because I've heard people say, well, like horses they don't really care about you, blah, blah, blah. They're like prey animals, like tell what is it like to be a horse friend?
Yeah. Well, like growing up, like my very first word was not mom or dad, it was horse. Like I love horses. Like I love horses. And I was born in the year of a horse. So 1978 was a horse year, just like this year's a horse
This is
year.
a horse year. It's the fire horse. I'm so excited about it.
I know, me too. I'm so excited about it too. I just was like, "Oh, yeah, you're the horse. This is like my year." So, this is your year too. It's everybody's year. So, yeah, I love it. I mean, okay, so what is it like to be a horse friend? Like what I mean, I have had a lot of horses. I've been so lucky. Like, um, I've owned a lot of horses and I've been able to ride a lot of people's horses. And I've done a lot of different disciplines of riding, and so I think, growing up, like, I did a ton of rodeo, like, tons. I did horse showing and, like, all these things, but, like, I ended up being just like a barrel racer where you go and nobody's judging you, you're just racing the clock and you're racing against yourself, and so that seemed like what I loved. Like, I loved going fast, and, I loved making horses that wanted to run fast, and I think for me, I would see girls just like kicking with their legs out like this, and I would see spurring and whipping and just like all of these things. And, you know, horses that wouldn't want to go into the gate to go make the run. And I saw a lot of those types of things growing up. And I even had a horse. We bought her, and she was just the best horse I ever had. Like as a kid's horse, her name was Rocky, and she's so great. And she didn't want to go in the gate because she had been so abused before we got her. And anyways, I won't go deep into that story. Um, but I saw this, and so I think like my work with yoga, like my first teacher, I have a post on this. My first teacher in yoga was a horse, and they just teach us everything that we need to know about life. And like being their friend, if you watch them, the kinder you are to them, the kinder they are to you. And like some horses, they all have different personalities, like a dog does. But they want to be in communion with you. Like they want to be at peace. Like their MO in life is like, hey, let's chill. And so the more you can connect with that vibe and yourself and show up like that, like they want to partner with that. And so the more like love that you can feel for yourself, the more like inner balance that you can find within yourself internally. So, like how you think, how you breathe, what you're eating, like all of these things, the more that you can put that in your body and then show up with your horse in that way, like they just appreciate it so much. And, like, I mean, it's kind of like a dog when you come home and they're so happy to see you. Like your horse is going to greet you at the gate. It's going to perk its ears up. It's like, gonna wanna I mean, you can't make these animals do anything. Like, they're huge, right? And so, like, I mean, sure, you can, like, be as mean as possible, and then finally they just, like, break and maybe will do something, but, like, they they will do anything. Like, I feel like my horses, like, if we saw a mountain lion or a bear, like, they would fight it for me. Like, it's pretty amazing to be their friend, and, especially, like, I have Mustangs now. I used to only have domestic horses, and now I have Mustangs, and the wild horses are just they're just a whole different level of, like, communing with the any species. Like, they're insane. They're so smart, and they're so like, if you wanna feel, like, what wild spirit really is, but also, like, in this, like, amazing, kind, place, like, get a Mustang. They're so cool. They're
Wow, that
so cool.
we have so many of those. You know, I'm a Nevadan,
Mhm.
right? And I live in
Yeah,
rural Nevada, so we
yeah.
we have a lot of wild horses around here. I remember when everything was shut down, we were living in our camper at the time, and we were camped out on BLM land, and we were there for so long that the horses got used to us being there. And so there was like a family of horses that came by, wild horses, and there was like baby horses. And we were all just like, oh, and the dog started barking. We're like, shut up, the horses are here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're really like the wild horses are mystical. I think they're really incredible. Absolutely love them as well. So, I love how articulate you are about horses. That's really amazing. You definitely have a passion and a God-given gift for it. And that's like so evident because you were born in the year of the horse. So it must be. So at some point you were like, I want to take this online. I want to help people and horses online. I didn't I thank you for not sharing the story about your horse. I feel really like connected to animals. I'm very empathetic, empathic around that. And so, like, there's a book called The Body Keeps Score. It's about trauma. And there's a section of that book that has like, talks about animal torture and stuff. And I've never read the book because I can't watch that. I have like a rule, like I can't watch any movies that a dog died. If we find out that there's a dog or an animal that dies in a movie, we're not allowed to watch it. I like just can't I can't be around that stuff. Like I just love animals so much. Vegetarian since I was 11. Like because I grew up on a farm and I was like, I can't, you killed my rabbits and I'm sad now. Like I couldn't do it. So, uh, at some point you were like, okay, well, I think I can help more people online. And so what was it that really spurred you to be like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to create a course for people and their horses online. What made you want to do that?
Yeah. So, um, let's see. I mean, I will try to make this sort of brief, but I'll go through like a little bit of a timeline. So, I am a marine biologist. So, I part of the reason I had moved to San Diego is because I wanted to become a marine biologist. I wanted to help whales and like, all that stuff. And plus I'm a scientist. So it's like so I have a master's degree in marine biology and a background in like policy and science communication and just like science. And so I went on like a bunch of whale watching boats to see how they operate whale watching tours and see if they do it sustainable and are nice to whales. So like that's sort of like my MO. So like when you're saying that like you really resonate with like wanting animals to be stewarded properly and like taken care of, like it is very important to me as well. And so that's like a that's a really huge thing for me. So anyways, I um I finished my degree. I did a bunch of other things in between here and there, and then landed a job here in Sequim, Washington. So this is a tiny, tiny, tiny little rural um, agricultural community at the base of the Olympic Mountains. And then, like a mile down my road here, so you can see all the whales, like whales. Uh, a mile down the road here is the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And then you just look over and there's Victoria on Vancouver Island, like literally, like horses, water, whales, everything, like, so it's like this dream location, right? And so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a marine biologist here at this lab and do this job. And it turned out to be a nightmare. Like I worked here for 5.5 years and it's just, I'm teaching yoga in between here and there, like at a local studio, just to like have something fun to do. And then I have my horses. And so, I guess this year I broke my leg stepping off a horse, 12 weeks before like a major competition. Uh, and I wasn't going to give up. And so during that time period, I didn't work at the lab. I sat on a chair and I thought, I'm going to do horse girl yoga. So I started an online yoga program for horse girls that are injured. Because I'm injured and I can't really do yoga that well, but I was like, I'm going to make up poses. I'm going to do these things. So if any other horse girl gets a broken leg or has some injury, she has inspiration to go do this. And so that was kind of like my first online, like dabble into doing this. And then after that, I didn't want to go back to work. And so I basically was like, in October, I'm going to wait till the end of the fiscal year, and in October I'm done. So I put in my month leave, and I said I'm going to leave and see you later. And then that last week of September, I had signed up for Yoga Celebrities empowered teacher training, and I was like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I have no offer. All I know is I want to help horsewomen. I want to continue that work I was doing after I broke my leg, because it helped me go from being really sad about the situation into like feeling like really happy, because like that community of people that showed up to cheer me on and like watch the yoga actually helped me heal faster and like encouraged me. And so like I did the competition, and it's kind of amazing to see how that. And so yeah, that's why I created this. And you guys have helped me build this into something that's actually sustainable.
Yeah, you've done really, really well. What was it about us that you were like, I'm gonna be with those crazy people?
Oh my gosh. I will be like, I don't know. I am a Taurus, so I am like truthful by fault, I think. So I was so skeptical. Like, I don't know if you remember the first meeting and you're like, I sent you something to your phone number. And I'm like, yeah, because I was like, I gave you my business number that doesn't have text message. Like, I was so scared. And I think one of the things that I learned, like how much you guys want to help, but like this is like legit. This isn't like a scam where we're going to take your money and like leave you and like you're not going to have anything at the end. And this is a program that's going to like really help you launch your dream. And so like I just didn't know at first, right? Like I'm coming out of a scenario where I have been beat down mentally. Like I had a lot of trauma around just like working with people and like having trust of like people's intentions for 5 years. Like competition between scientists, especially right now where like funding is really low, people are so mean to each other. And so like I honestly like I came into this with, and like through this program, I actually have done a lot of healing for like knowing this. And like when you said that I have advocated for myself through the program, some of the things I felt like I had to advocate for really were like past crap from that job that like I probably didn't have to like, I probably could have let that go in like a little bit different ways, right? But like you guys stuck with me through this. So anyways, I don't know if that answered your question. I'm kind of a little bit lost on this part.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So you've been very like raw and honest and open with people. And I think, a lot of people do get afraid that they're going to be scammed on the internet. They're afraid that they're not going to get the help that they need. They're afraid that someone's just going to take their money, because there's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of people that do that. My coach has told me, you do way too much one-on-one. You shouldn't be doing that much one-on-one. You should, I've been told to up the price of it, and I already feel like it's pretty premiumly priced. But I've been told to make it even more expensive, and, like to not do so much one-on-one, to make everything group. And I just don't think that that's the way people succeed. And so I wanted to offer something that was very different for than what else was in the market. And I think we do combat a lot of people feeling skeptical. Like we get that. That's like, it happens like almost every day. We're getting people that are, like when we try to confirm and people get like angry that we're trying to confirm. I'm like, listen, like literally last week alone, I had 48 calls booked. There's only 3 of us that take calls. Like we're also helping people that are like already clients at the same time. Like I worked today. I started at 4:30 in the morning working on email automations. I'm going until about 8 o'clock tonight. Like that's a fairly typical day for me. So like we're already like really busting our butts. So when someone no shows to a call, like it's a major interruption to our day. And it's like also someone else didn't get like Tiana's been texting me like why we're on this. She's been sending me messages like, I got somebody that wants to go at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Can you grab them? And I'm like, no, girl, I can't. I can't. You're going to tell them they're going to have to wait a few days. Like I can't take a 6 a.m. Right. So, but I think that like I wanted to have something that has that level of integrity. And I don't think that exists a lot online. So I understand why people feel skeptical, but like that's why I do the podcast. That's why we have a Facebook group that people can join. Like there's the Instagram, like there's lots of ways for people to interact with us before they ever come in to working with us to build that. And so thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that you felt that way, because I think that's not uncommon.
Yeah, and, like, now that I've been in the class, like, I see like, I've learned a lot about the, like, kind of different personas, and even when we, like, started with, like, building hooks for different, types of, posts that we're gonna do, and, like, how they target different pain points, and then kinda going back to, like, building the avatar and stuff, like, I think that those kind of key pieces really helped me lock in of, like, knowing who do I actually want to talk to in the horse community, right? And then they helped me go from like feeling skeptical to like, okay, this is something that I tangibly could do, because some part of the skeptic is like, do I actually believe in myself, right? And so I think when we had the one-on-one and you helped me kind of formulate my thoughts around like, what am I trying to really build here for horsewomen? Like, you're so positive and so encouraging that it really made me feel like this is an actual viable offer. And it is. Like, it's a proven viable offer now. But like at the time when we first started, I had to believe that. And, like, I wouldn't have believed that. I mean, I knew I could do it, but, like, I didn't know I could do it. And so that was like, "Oh, if I do this with Angelica, am I really gonna be able to do it?" And then I was like, I have nothing to lose. I just gave up my job and, like, I mean, what was it? You told me, "Just make 2 posts a day for a whole year and think how much data you have." I love data. So, yeah, let's make 2 posts a year for this whole year. See how much data I have. That sounds great. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I think, a lot of people think that I'm just like blowing smoke, but like you've known me long enough to know, like, if I think somebody doesn't have a good idea, I'll tell them.
Yeah, 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 whether they like it or not, whether they wanna make a change or not. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's really cool is, like, going through the program, you see the new people coming in, and I've seen like major skeptic, like, I've done this 5 times and no one's ever been able to help me. And I'm like slamming my head against the wall because I still think it's not going to help. Right. Like, I've seen that persona. And then I've seen these people who are like so locked into this thing and like want to argue every point with you. And like, literally, sometimes I'm like, why did you get in here? Like, why are you in here? But then, like, somehow they're like, take whatever you say and they actually apply it and then come back and talk about it. And they're like, I did the thing that you said. But then, yeah. And so it's just like everybody has these different personas in the group. And, and it's really like, it's very interesting. And so, like, I mean, coming into this, it's kind of how I came into my master's degree. Is like, I just paid, um, a chunk of money, and these people I see as experts, and they're gonna help me. And, like, there is a start point and there is an end point, and we are gonna go full force for however long this chunk of time is, and we're gonna dedicate everything that we can to this. So whatever they say, I'm gonna try it. It's either gonna work or it's not gonna work, but I've already invested. So I think the reason I finished early is because I like when I look at some of the things that are happening, like I think some people don't come in with like that much gusto on stuff, like where they're like, I invested here and now I see the endpoint here. So like whatever we have in this time together, like let's make the most of it. And so that's kind of, if I were to give advice for anybody who's like really, really excited about going online, like just set this time up for yourself so that you can get that success. So you can really feel um like you got your money's worth, and then also like you just built something incredible because you followed the directions, instead of like making the directions up and then trying to follow them. Like just follow the directions.
Yeah, yeah. People ask me a lot of times. People ask me, you know, do you have any guarantees, or do you who? What's the success rate? Like that's my favorite one. People ask, what's your success rate? And I'm like, well, it doesn't really work like that. Like
No.
there are two kinds of people that take this course. People that are successful, that people that aren't successful, okay? And the people that are successful, the reason why they're successful is because their problems are things like, I can't figure out how to format this picture. I'm having a hard time getting the automation to work here. I need help with setting up these modules and the lessons, right? I want to know how to make my offer more clear in my sales copy. Those are the kind of things that those people are complaining about. They're getting frustrated about. They're having those issues. Like there's gonna be frustrations. That's part of it, right?
Mhm.
And the
Mhm.
people who aren't successful, they're like, I don't want to show up on camera. I'm afraid of what people are going to think of me. This won't work for me. Nothing ever works out. That this is all like nobody's successful online, blah, blah. Like they're in their head.
Yeah.
That's the don't work people. And that's the reality is that you're I've seen people sign up and get in their head and self-sabotage, right? And I've seen
Yeah.
people who have been frustrated because that's part of the process, but they don't self-sabotage. Their frustrations are like, oh God, I'm learning something new. Like,
Yeah.
but they make it
Yeah.
happen anyway. And that's the key to success. That's the true key to success in life in general. So there is no guarantee. I can't guarantee. I don't know what your work ethic is. I sure as hell know that I don't know a lot of people that have the level of work ethic that I do. So I can't guarantee. I can guarantee my success because I keep proving it over and over again, right? But
Yeah.
like I know you're a lot
Yeah.
like me in that way. Um, but like I can't guarantee that someone's going to work as hard. I can't guarantee that they're going to implement what it is that I've said. I can't guarantee that the market's going to be receptive, that there might not
Right.
have to be changes. I mean, we've had people like we had one person launch an offer that like the name of it didn't really work, so we had to change it. Like there
Yeah.
are things that have to be tweaked along the way. So it's the group that doesn't give up. That's like, okay, this just needs to be fixed. That's the
Yeah.
successful group, right? Because if you want to be successful, you are going to have to face failure many times, but not see it as failure, but more as a course redirection in life. Um, but the people who feel sorry for themselves or nothing ever works out for them, or they're just not capable of it. And I hate to hear something I really dislike hearing is, well, I didn't grow up with tech. I'm not good at tech. Well, girl, you know what? I'm 51. All right. So I can write code. I've built my own chat bot. Like, I, I, I don't care if I didn't grow up with it or not. Like, it's just a learned skill. So
Yeah.
I think that's why I don't believe in like the bro marketing guarantees and stuff like that, because I don't think that they're just like ways to take people's money. I'm not going to take people's money. I had 3 calls this week where I said to people, I don't think this is the right fit for you. I don't think you should move forward. Like I'll be honest with people. So anyhow, let's
Yeah.
talk about your offer. Let's talk about what it is that you created and how you're
Okay.
helping people, because your offer has done really well.
Yeah.
And you've had a lot of sales. You've been doing really well organically, not just in paid advertising, but also you have had a number of videos do quite well. You've built your online following a lot, like people be loving you. You've had a couple of videos go viral. I don't even teach virality as a thing. Like I don't find that a super I don't find that a super accessible marketing technique, right? But it's great when it happens. Although, as you know from going viral, it's kind of like getting a free Tesla with a human turd in the back seat. Like it's great that I went viral and all these people found my offer, but then at the same time, there's these turd people in the comments. Uh, I just had somebody this morning telling me how I shouldn't be teaching yoga. It's so fabulous. Or like a lot of the like the you're fat. I'm like, I know. I'm the one that ate the food that got me here. Thanks. But the internet. But notwithstanding, it's a huge accomplishment to have videos that do that well. It's a great testament to how hard you've worked and how much effort you put in. And like I said before, you did put in a lot more effort. So I know you created a very high quality offer, and that has resonated with a lot of people. So let's talk about what it is you've created and how people can connect with that, if
Okay.
they would like to.
Yeah. I'm a horsewoman. I grew up with horses and I've done a lot of competition. So I know we're under a lot of pressure. And then just being an adult in general, like we have lives. And it's just like, what can we do before we ever show up with our horse to chill out? It's kind of what we talked about, right? And so we were thinking about how to put this together. And so we are going through like different names, and we decided Cowgirl Calm. That sounds really awesome. And that was really what I wanted to do. And so also I was seeing like in the wellness world for horsewomen, there's just not anything like this. There are programs where like women are at the gym with the gym bros and like those sort of things. And it's just like, I don't know how many women actually want to go to. I mean, there are women that want to go to the gym. So I'm going to not say that there's not. And I mean, I go to the gym. I like to go to the YMCA and swim, and like I'll go work out sometimes or something. But I didn't want to create gym bro mentality for this. This is not what I'm trying to do. I wanted something steady. I wanted something usable. I wanted something repeatable. You could do it at your house. You could do it at your barn, when you're in your truck. And also like it was really important for me to blend yoga, daily rhythms, and like guided hypnosis. So meditation that's like even a little deeper. And so I'm a certified hypnotherapist as well. So I really got into hypnotherapy in like, I don't know, almost like 10 years ago. Um, just because I was going through a pretty hard time. And then I was like, this stuff is really good. It's kind of like yoga. Just repeat that story again. So, yeah. And so, anyways, I became a hypnotherapist. And so I've helped many, many men and women get over some like serious fears and anxieties. And so, this is something that I wanted to bring into Cowgirl Calm because the meditation part of our lives is so important. And then having like a guided hypnosis to go into is so healing. And literally in my in-person yoga classes, people love it. Like that's their favorite part. So we always have extended shavasana with guided meditation. Um, and then just like this daily rhythm that is founded in Ayurvedic practices. And so yoga is like not yoga for horsewomen is like not about the flexibility. It's about organizing yourself so that you can, travel well, eat well, move well when you get places. And then the Ayurveda part is about like what you're drinking, what you're eating, what is your body telling you, and just like the steadiness that can happen. And then the meditation is really just like what are your subconscious patterns? Like, what are you telling yourself? Like, oh, my horse, I definitely know it's not going to let me halter today. Oh my gosh, I just already know. I just pulled up to the barn and I can just see by looking at him, he's not going to let me halter him today. It's like, is that what you're saying in your head before you get there? Or are you like, oh my gosh, my horse is so cute. He just walked up the gate. Oh, I can't wait to see him. He's going to like totally let me halter him today. Oh, I can see him. He's already putting his head down. Oh my gosh, whatever. So, like, what are those things that you're telling yourself? So, that's why the program sticks, is because it has these three components. It's 3 days. You do it all at home. And we drink tea together and we journal. And it's just really fun. And inside, there's a bunch of different gifts, there's a bunch of different offers. So, literally, Like, I have, a free Facebook community online too for Cowgirl Calm. I have a YouTube channel with, Horse Girl Yoga that publishes on Fridays, and, um, I have a subscription program that goes a little deeper on things in Facebook. But mainly, like, Cowgirl Calm, if you want in and you want all the goodies, like, you can go to the yogastables.studio and then /podcast, and you can get everything that you dreamed of for Cowgirl Calm there. And if you're not quite ready for going there, you can also find me publicly on Instagram at the Yoga Stables, and also on Facebook publicly. Kind of see what all of those really crazy viral posts were about. You can also meet all of my horses. I have posts with everybody. So you can kind of see who my crew is. And then most of my yoga classes, my dogs are bombing me. So I have dog bombs in most of my videos. Like, literally, like, I hope you can come. And then, just to tease this a little bit, there are 2 new programs for horsewomen that are coming out that are going deeper than Cowgirl Calm on this foundation, and it just builds on everything. So I'm really excited about those.
Well, I'm really excited for you. And one thing I want to say is that Alicia really embodies something that I always tell people to do that I think is very essential and important is to massively over deliver. Your course should be just like at least 10 times the value of what you're charging for it, is the way I feel when I ask people to create courses inside of my program. And Alicia has definitely done that. So it's a high value, incredible course. The link is going to be in the description below. Definitely go and give her a follow on social media. And thank you so much for coming on to the podcast today. I'm so grateful to have you here. You know, we love you. We have nothing but great things to say about you. We have a lot of respect for you. And I really want to say, I appreciate how vulnerable you were on this podcast today. And that's not easy to do. And I'm grateful to you. So, again, go into the description below, click the link to connect with Alicia and to get the Cowgirl Calm. If you want to build an online yoga business, that link will also be below. Subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube, like, share, do all the things. Even if you never spend a dime with me, please join my Facebook group. We go live every week, and we still want to help you in the capacities that we can. I mean, obviously, I have to be paid to do my job. That's part of living on this planet. But we still want to help as many people as we can. And if working with us is in the cards for you, we would love to have you. Again, thank you so much for joining us, Alicia.
Thank you for having me today. This was so fun, and I just have loved getting to know you and your entire team. Like, everyone is so wonderful, and thank you for helping me build my dream.
Oh, you're welcome. You did a great job.
Thanks.
All right. Bye for now, everyone. We'll see you in the next podcast.